shoes now.
Good morning. God, don't make it good morning.
I can take off my shoes because we're on carpet now.
Well, I don't understand why you wear your flip-flops when we're on tile.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No idea. It's all good though. Gonna listen to us. I changed some settings real quick.
We're in the new digs. It's really weird.
The new digs. Hope you guys are having a good night.
It's really weird.
It's a little different.
It's
kind of
different.
cool.
I feel like I'm more exposed. It's really funny.
Really?
Which I'm not because we're even further away.
From what?
Than the window.
Oh,
but
okay.
the window kind of gave me, like, I could see us in the window, so I kind of got a feel for what we were doing and how we were doing it. Now I'm just kind of like, I have no idea if I'm floundering.
You're not
I could
floundering.
be floundering for all we know. But
the fish is flopping around. It's flopping around.
hey, how about this weather, man?
Dude, it's
So
finally
great.
getting nice.
I actually have turned off all the ceiling fans downstairs because it is too cold for ceiling fans now. Well, ceiling fans and shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
This evening, I finally turned off the one in the living room because I had turned up the AC because I was cold, even though it wasn't coming on. I thought it was the AC, and I was still cold. And I was like, it's probably the ceiling fan. I probably need to turn off the ceiling fan. How about them apples?
Yeah, it was chilly. Hey Logan, what's going on? Hey Dan, what's happening?
Yeah, so we're starting to change in the weather. The sun's going down earlier.
Right.
You already complained about it being dark at 8 p.m.
I know, it's one of those things that's why I like summer, because it stays light till 9. It's just
Well, I think also living on the West Coast for 20 years probably got you in that mindset that even when everybody else falls backwards, springs forward, falls backwards.
Right.
We didn't when we were in Phoenix, and so the sun went down about the same time, maybe a little bit earlier as the season changed, but we had daylight until at least 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah. So hey, real quick, it's the bar is open with Beth and Greg. Thank you guys for joining.
Sorry, I forgot.
I'm Greg. That's Beth.
Hi, I'm Beth.
Are you tired? Drink that Coke. Slam
That's
it.
why I have it.
We get
Not
off that
drinking
Diet
tonight.
Coke.
I love Diet Coke, and I don't do it very often.
You've got
On the
what?
weekends, I've got a all-day conference tomorrow, so I've got the Women's Texas Conference all day
shit.
tomorrow, so I was like, I cannot be hungover.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
To your
So you
Coke.
got a DD tonight.
Yep. I got a designated driver.
A designated diner?
Diner.
'Cause I'm
There we
gonna
go.
eat after
We're gonna
this?
eat dinner after this. We eat dinner late as shit after this, so.
I mean, we eat later. We eat
Cheers.
dinner later than most. Cheers.
Right.
We usually eat dinner like, I don't know, 8:30? 9 o'clock?
Yeah, something like that.
Usually,
Yeah.
so, well,
Yeah,
it's
what's
later.
going on?
It's not that much later, but
Hope you guys are having a good night. Yeah, we're up in the new location, new area.
you
We set it up a little bit
paint.
differently. We got the signs a little more visible by.
I think it goes really well with the paint. The color of the paint.
Working.
I think
Yeah,
I selected well to have it.
absolutely.
Oh, why did you cover his face?
Because I thought that was fucking hilarious, and it's Christmas. It's not Christmas. Jesus, I'm jumping.
Yeah, you forgot
Time
some holidays between now and then.
It's Halloween.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
It's
A little
not.
tribute to the downstairs. So basically, what we did is we moved upstairs to a big ass open area that we have up here,
Right.
which is also my
I think
office
if
and
you
our
had
workout
kids,
room.
this would be where you'd send your kids.
Yeah, it's
Go
basically why I
upstairs.
hang out here
Go
all the
play.
time.
When you are kids.
Yeah,
Stuff.
so it's pretty good. Julie, what's going on?
But
Hope you're having a good night.
yeah, it's we've got some new artwork. You put your the boards, the decks my nephew gave you, so that's kind of cool. That goes along with your.
Mark Gonzalez up there. If you guys follow skateboarding, and I've been a
Well,
skateboarder for I had been a skateboarder for my entire life. So
Biffed it.
fucked myself up.
Gave yourself a concussion.
Concussion, separated my knee, all sorts of crazy
He
shit.
hit his head so hard he split his earphones that were in his ears.
Yeah.
That was before
Mics
my
are
time.
off. Mics are off? Shit, hang on a second. Why are the mics off? Weird.
Can you hear me
Hang
now?
on 1 second.
Could you hear us through your microphone? Wait.
I can hear it through the headphones. Hang on 1 second.
Headphones?
Just keep talking.
So Greg took a header into a pool in, what year was it?
I have to move the camera, guys. Sorry. Fuck. I tried something a little bit different tonight. We'll get it.
Oh, so you started, can they hear me now or not yet?
Well, in 1 second.
Testing, can you hear me now?
Sorry, guys.
Let us know if you can hear me.
Can you hear now? You heard fine, or was it us? Is it better now? Amateurs, fuck off, Skylar.
Total fucking amateurs.
Yeah, fuck it. You guys
So could some people hear us and some people couldn't? And
Maybe.
So,
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Are they saying they hear
Dan
us
said
now?
he heard it fine, but that's okay.
I don't know.
You just
All
get a
right.
little bit
Hey.
closer view of us now.
What will be, will be. Fuck it. Let's keep
we'll
going.
Figure it out.
So yeah, no more skateboarding for you. Thank goodness.
Good. Logan said Mike's working now.
He tried to talk me into letting him skateboard a few years ago, and I was like, no, I don't have time.
No, I just push around my garage. I've got like 4 skateboards down
now
there.
we have what are those big skateboards called?
Exactly, Julia. We got longboards. We got some
Longboards,
just like
thank you.
sidewalk surfer longboards
That
we picked up out California. When we
California.
went out there on vacation one time.
Drunk, of course.
Yeah, I'd come.
That seemed like a great
I'd
idea.
go for a walk and be like, I'll be back. And I'd go buy a skateboard for her or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So
It's all fun. Brenda, what's happening? Thank you
yeah.
guys, everybody,
Are
for
you guys
joining
starting
in.
to get cold weather wherever you're, or cooler weather, I should say? I think.
Fucking not Phoenix.
I was gonna say Phoenix and California. I still think are in a heat wave. I heard them mention that on the radio.
I don't think it's like 110, but it's still
warmer than it normally
Yeah.
is. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't miss that. I miss all my peeps, but I don't miss that.
I know what I did wrong.
What'd you do?
It was just
Well, where do we begin?
this whole. It takes a lot, dude. I don't know anything
Takes a
about.
village?
I took an AV class. Let me little background. This is how old my ass is. I took an AV class in high school, and literally we were recording onto VHS tapes and having to edit on those, which is a shit show if you've ever had to do that. Some people probably aren't even old enough to have done that. I know there's been you see you show somebody like the kids nowadays, you show them a VHS tape and they're like, what in the hell
is that monstrosity?
Exactly. Julia said Washington got warm and smoky again. That sucks. What's up, Bill? How you doing?
So
Brenda said
you took
103.
an AV class. It's funny because I took a home ec class, and I don't think they offer
take
that
home
anymore.
ec.
They don't. They taught you how to sew, and just so that we could set
And
up.
you still don't know how to sew.
Just so we could set
a
up the
fucking
perfect
button.
wife that I was going to be in the future, I made a shirt, and when I finished with it and put it on, it was uneven.
Do you still have it?
No.
Wear
I
that
don't
thing.
even sew on a button. That's what I got you for.
Yeah, exactly. I do all the domestic shit around here.
For the most
Me
part.
too. My mom taught me well.
Thank God.
She did. She taught me how to cook, clean, sew, all this shit that you need to know.
And I have benefited greatly.
Absolutely. So let's jump
I am
into
not
this
ashamed
shit.
of that whatsoever.
So there was a debate last night, evidently. It was kind of fucking funny. Have you
I
guys
talked to my
watched
dad
that
about
thing?
it. My dad was like, "Did you watch the debate?" I was like, "Fuck no, I don't watch that shit. Greg watches it." And then he tells me what I need to know. And what I need to know, I already knew that it was going to be a shit show.
It was a mess. Exactly. And it was exactly, I think, what everybody expected it to be, honestly.
I feel like the thing I'm hearing the most is that the mediator wasn't a strong enough mediator.
Chris Wallace is good.
But was he not?
I just think
Was it like herding cats?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Trump was talking over Biden. Biden was talking over.
So they were talking over each other.
Absolutely. I mean, there was probably more one-sided Trump talking over Biden.
I think that's how he rolls.
I think that's just his fucking. That's his personality.
Because he's
not. I don't
got
think
no
that is his
patience, too,
personality. So when you start thinking about those, you're like, Steve Varela nailed it. He's like, it was a shit show. Absolutely.
Yeah. Even my dad was like, it was ridiculous. And I said, did you expect more? Because here's the thing.
Right.
You go in knowing who you're already voting for. So really, except for maybe the undecided.
I don't even know.
I don't even know if you can decide off of base what happened last night. Because you already know who you're not voting for and why you're not voting for them. Usually.
When you think about it, is how many people at this point do you really know that are kind of undecided if you're going for one or the other, right?
Right.
There's probably
they both have been in the
one of the
political world.
So this is
long,
one of the things. It's like you can't preach and pander to people about like, hey, go vote for me or do. I mean, you can do that, but most people already know. And I think it was like it's like 130 million people voted in the last election. It's 330 million people in this country. Think about that. Those people that just don't do anything, it's like
they're not going to start.
Either they're not going to start or they're just so disenfranchised by the whole goddamn thing that they're just like over it.
Yeah.
You know, and I
think it's safe to say we're all over
Bubba,
it.
what's happening?
Regardless
Thanks
of
for
who
joining.
we think we're going to vote for. I think we're all over it. I think at this point in this world, it's picking the lesser of two evils that speaks to you.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. But talk to me a little bit about this Mike Rowe thing. That's kind of funny.
Mike Rowe. I
come home from the gym and he was like, dude, check this out.
So I love Mike Rowe. Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs Mike Rowe is who I'm talking about.
He's got a hot
Hilarious.
voice, too.
Yeah. He posted a drinking game, a debate drinking game Just
Did
go
you
out.
keep the notes on it?
You just go out and I didn't, but just go out and Google it. It's hilarious as shit.
Like one of them was pound water, and
like
it was
just all sorts of like the.
And it was one if you had Trump as your candidate, and
it was just
Biden
like both down the
candidate.
line. Like you would be.
But you wouldn't drink for both because, like, when you play play drinking game with hockey, you pick a player
who's got the biggest pockets and those sorts of things that get these people involved. There's other things, of course, but hey, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you if you watched. If you didn't, fucking kudos to you. Absolutely.
I didn't watch it.
My wife Beth absolutely did not. She was like,
need to.
"Give me the highlights," and I was like, "There's too many.
Give me
There's
the
a
10
gecko on that window. We have a window over there. There's a lizard sticking to it. That's interesting, right there. Funny." To the left. You can't see it.
Oh, I see him now.
Oh, sorry. There's a story coming up about animals we'll talk about here in a few minutes.
Yeah, but not live ones
So
on your
YouTube
window.
channel, this is an interesting one. So I've been following this one for a little bit. There's a YouTube channel out, and it's called Body Language Ghost. If you're interested in kind of the psychology of...
Some of it's common sense, though.
Yeah, well, like you've always heard, like when somebody looks to the right or looks to the left, they're accessing certain things. You can Google all this shit. It's like the psychology of it, right?
Right.
But she breaks down even the pauses and if you frown,
straight line,
get wrinkles in your forehead, or if you lean back or lean forward.
What does lean back mean?
There's all sorts of different things.
Scared.
Like you're thinking
forward,
about
I'm interested.
things, or you're doing different things. Go check it out. It's interesting. But I just watched one just a little while ago on like a very small segment of the debate, and it seemed in this case that she was kind of leaning. It seemed like she's more of a Trump person,
okay,
just by virtue of it. But I've seen her in the past.
I could see that because like everything you read or I heard on the news this morning made it sound like Biden outscored him by like
it just
points.
depends on it's
so
going to depend on your news
on
source,
who,
right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Who your news source is and
squirrel gecko, yeah, exactly.
Squirrel.
Mario, what's happening? Hope you're having a good night.
Did you learn a lot?
Yeah.
So are you gonna be able to tell when I'm like?
Yeah, absolutely. I will. Looks like my video is getting a little goofy, but sorry, we'll figure it out.
What's it doing now?
It's just kind of blurring out a little bit.
Oh.
That's all right.
So what you're basically saying is I'm busted.
No, not me. Like she gets into the details of things, so it's pretty interesting. So go check it out. It's called the Body Language Ghost. So pretty funny. So I was listening earlier. I've been listening to just shit tons of podcasts
every day.
Yeah, and just when I have downtime, I've been in meetings all day long. I'm like, I need to listen to something else, and I don't listen to a lot of music anymore. It's just one of the things. But
he's the one person that can work out with no music, which is bizarre to me. Like I have to have something thumping in my ears, and you can listen to a podcast or watch a show and I'm like, I don't understand how you power through a workout like that because I need something like.
What's up, Tara? Valerie, what's happening? Yeah, it's one of those things for me. It's just like I need kind of like calm. I've been busy all day, and it's calming just hearing people talk. And sometimes I learn something, and sometimes I learn about this shit.
Yeah.
So if you guys watch, there's a podcast called The Drinking Broettes. We've talked about the Drinking Bros. We've talked about a whole bunch of other ones.
They have funny ones. Like I like the one I catch bits and snippets. I'm not a huge podcast girl because of the fact that I don't listen to it while I work out. I'm more of a reader. But
good job, Greg. It's all right. Keep going.
I'm more of a reader. Get it off my table. I'm more of a reader, and but I love catching the snippets. Like there was one they were talking yesterday about how boys and girls can't really be friends, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah. So this one goes in. They started talking.
They can't be close friends. I think you could be friends, but not close. Like almost like you are with your girlfriends, where you say anything to them.
Yeah, you definitely don't. I mean, that's inviting some trouble. So,
but I thought that was so. I always hear the cool, but I did not hear this one.
This one was just today, so it was. I just happened to pop into it because I saw it popped up, and
is that for real? Yeah.
So this girl just went out. This is. If you got children around, put them away. She goes out and she like takes a picture of her feet after getting a pedicure or something like that.
Okay, which 90% of all women do.
And then all of a sudden, she had like 10,000 likes on it or something like that.
She put it on like Instagram or something?
Instagram or something like that. And it ended up like becoming.
So how did she end up making money off of it?
So she ended up.
Oh, because she got so many hits.
Because there were so many hits, and it became like
advertisers
a fetish.
start.
So it's a foot fetish thing, right? So she ends up making like I think she said within 1 day, like when she launched a website or something like that.
Oh, she launched a website?
Yeah. And she's got people working for her that's what they do. What? They show their feet and stuff like this. She makes like just showing her fucking feet to people and selling socks.
Dude, right now they're ghetto because I need a pedicure, but when I get my feet did, they're pretty damn cute. I might need to
snap a picture and be like #foot fetish and see what happens.
Like cha-ching.
Changing jobs here pretty soon.
Have a career change and be a foot model.
But it was interesting. So
I was dirty foot model.
So we were talking, in the boards and YouTube.
All of a sudden, things start running through my mind.
Reed said, Reed White. It's kind of funny. He's like, when he becomes president, he's gonna.
So there's something to that, though.
What?
Ugly feet, dude.
Yeah.
And I feel like the older you get, the uglier your feet get because you don't care.
Yeah, no, I mean, or you just don't see them, or it just becomes like
or you can't reach them anymore,
or something.
Or you can't reach them anymore, and you stop. I
think the older I get, the more I want to go get a pedicure because I wear flip flops all the time, and yeah. So hey, you guys, whatever.
I would do
if you're into
30,
it for 30 grand. Reed White said
a month?
when he becomes president, he's gonna basically ban open-toed shoes
hilarious.
for ugly people. Then I was thinking, okay, if you're president, do you have to create a commission?
You do,
like an ugly-toed commission, to monitor ugly
feet police, and then you start having.
Have you ever seen the video? There's a what is it? I think it's an Instagram page or something like that, and it's like dumb shit people do on planes, basically, like where they take their shoes off or they'll do something disgusting on a plane, like stick their feet between this, like if you're sleeping at the window, right?
Oh,
and all of a sudden there's a toe sticking by
hell
you,
no.
or they're clipping fucking toenails. You just want to like get up and beat the living shit out of those people. Yeah, don't be that person.
I wonder if I'd be ballsy enough to be like, "Excuse me, sir, could you please move your foot?"
Yeah, or just like stab it with your pencil.
I accidentally spill my water on it.
Yeah, something. Yeah, Anyway.
I don't know.
So I was thinking.
People are weird.
I think you need to get into that.
People are weird. I mean.
There's a weird thing for everybody, really. A weird thing, a fetish. Whatever. That's kind of what they were talking about earlier today.
That there's just
go check it out.
Somebody's got something that floats their boat.
It was an interesting. I don't listen to it all the time, but that's where I fucking jumped in.
That's hilarious.
What's going on right now? I have no idea, Dan. D, what's happening? Hope you're having a good night. So,
what do you mean what's going on right now? We're talking about foot fetishes.
Foot fetishes, Dan.
But in my mind, I was like, then you can start making them dirty and put like your foot on a dildo or
what?
I don't know. If you've got a foot fetish, I mean, wouldn't that make it hotter? Put some sex toys in there and be like, look at my feet with these sex toys.
Maybe.
I don't know.
People are into that shit.
I don't know.
I guarantee somebody's into it. There's
Maybe
somebody
I'll make
for everything.
$50K a month then.
No. No.
My dad would be like, what the hell are you doing, girl?
Yeah, we're going to jump to another story now. What's going on? Hope you're having a good night. So Beth had brought up earlier, I mentioned, the gecko's gone. We had a gecko on the window over here. But
did it lower your stress?
Yeah, absolutely. So animals lowering.
So this isn't the first time they've learned this, but I just feel like right now everybody's bored, so they're redoing studies.
Yeah.
But there was a study that found that looking at animals and animal pictures and videos on social media actually lowers your stress.
Yeah. What if you have real dogs constantly whining downstairs?
There's still even I looked at this picture and I was like,
my fucking
it's
dogs.
A puppy and a kitten together, and I'm like, oh. And I have 3 dogs that drive me batshit crazy. So I still think it impacts you, but they were talking about all the reasons why everybody should watch cute animal videos, and they didn't they weren't specific.
Everybody loves that. I posted one on I'll post it out to the Bar's open site, but I posted it on mine, and it was a cop that has a drug dog, and he made somebody made a cool video of him just running around and
being happy and having
fun, a good day kind of thing, and just doing goofy things.
Well, they found that it may increase your relationship satisfaction.
I believe it, yeah. And
that can also build resilience, so that as you come across things that maybe make you glum, they help you bounce back. What
if you were not looking at your phone? Because our dogs will bark at us if we look at our phone too much, or they'll if I don't pay attention to them, I'm looking at my phone. Bomber will definitely tell me, "Hey, asshole,
put it up."
Put it up.
Time to go.
Yeah, time to pet me.
Time to feed me.
Time to pay attention to me.
So if you don't look at your phone, what?
if you just didn't look at your phone and you just like played with your dogs.
What if you don't have pets?
I don't know. Go for a walk.
What if you go?
I think it's just
and you
getting
don't
off
run
social
into
media
pets?
and you're not like looking at debate shit.
Well, but they're just saying if you're going to get on social media, when you come across those, you should watch it because it definitely helps your mood.
I can see that.
It also says it boosts productivity. I will tell you that I am part of a group on Mondays and Fridays. This guy put together a group at work and he sends out cute little puppy memes.
Yeah.
And they are pretty cute. Like, they make me smile. If they're really cute, I've sent them to you a couple times. Like the one that had the puppies on the dog and the onesies on the dog, on the clothesline. But like I got one today that was of his puppy and it made me smile.
Kind of made me think. So I got nominated. Have you guys been seeing this like 10 days of like just random photos people are posting?
No.
I got nominated by somebody I work with to do that. So I posted a picture of you yesterday, posted a picture of Bomber today. I'm going to go through the dogs and just eventually get to, but it kind of was the same thing. It's like one of those, like, do something different than just posting goofy shit or whatever. It's something that kind of means something to you. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things. What are you going to look it up?
No.
Oh, just checking. She's checking in on me. So, Lauren, what's happening? Hope you're having a good night. We are just chilling.
Oh, we haven't said cheers
Wednesday.
in a while.
Cheers, you guys. Beth's drinking Diet Coke because he's our designated diner. Because we're going to eat after this. It's going to be a late night dinner, but that's all good. What was this? Somebody broke into Miller Park.
Okay, so he didn't really even break in. So somebody's probably going to end up getting fired because of this. But this guy,
so it's baseball park.
This random dude, in Milwaukee, walked up to the baseball park and just started trying all the doors, and one of them actually ended up being open. So they showed he spent like time just going through the stadium and the stands, and then he found a tractor.
Oh shit!
Yes, he found a tractor and decided to take it for a
Was this guy
ride.
loaded, like hammered?
I would have not.
He had to have been.
They don't say that, and you can't really tell, but you would assume
he was kind of a
based
little
off what
drunk.
I'm fixing to say that he was
just like
either a little hammered or not all the way down there, all the way. He was short some eggs in his dozen eggs.
Because I mean, I understand like
that was a horrible
going for
analogy,
a walk
but
and like checking out the park and be like, see if I can get away with it. But like getting on a tractor and driving across the field or something.
Well, and so he took the tractor and he started like digging up, like tearing up the field. And then you see him trying to figure out the tractor.
Probably because he's never been able to like play on.
Probably never been on a tractor,
right?
But so he's tearing up the field. He's playing with the thing.
Or
he's teaching it.
Yeah.
What?
Dan said, or he was bored as fuck.
But he ended up doing $40,000 in damage.
Whoops!
You know what he was trying to do?
What?
He was trying to spell his name out with the tires. His name is Keeland.
Okay, that's not like Greg.
No.
Or Beth. Yeah.
And so he just was trying to write his name in cursive with the tires.
In cursive on top of that.
So he dug a couple, dug a couple holes, tried to write his name. So he basically, when they got arrested, he's the judge required a mental evaluation on him. So,
probably a good idea.
I'm just thinking. So why would you go there, sir? I had the urge to write my name in cursive on the field. First of all,
he had to have been hammered. Sorry, Dan. He had. That's not bored.
But if they're doing an evaluation, if they're doing a mental evaluation, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Because if he was just drunk, they would have just thrown him.
Somebody fucked up and left the door unlocked.
Absolutely.
That's like
that's why I'm like, somebody's getting fired because they just caused they allowed $40,000 in damage.
Beth will post the link to the story.
Yeah,
on the
and there's videos and it shows him and stuff.
Oh, do they have the security camera footage and everything?
Well, I'm sure there's cameras all over.
Yeah.
So they were able to track his every move and follow him through and
man.
That's
good. Yeah. That's good stuff. What's going on next? What we got?
So red wine.
There was like a huge spill of red wine
in Spain. So it's good wine if it's like, I mean, not all.
Although they make those little bottles of like Martini Rossi that has like the wicker basket on it.
I don't think those are made in Spain.
No,
I think those are made here in America.
You think so?
I do think so.
Oh.
But so so there was
leftover grapes.
There was
Charmaine, how you doing?
Blah.
My wife's having a seizure right this second.
So there was a damaged tank, and because this tank, and it wasn't like, I'll have to find the video. I couldn't find it yet, but I saw it on the news. It was like,
is it like a huge big, holding?
Yeah,
vat kind of
it was a vat, and it was like gushing red wine to the point where it was flooding people's cars.
Shit.
That worked at the winery. It was 13,000 gallons of red wine leaked out of this casket.
13,000. That's a pool. Basically, like our pool in Phoenix was like 15 or 10,000 or something.
And it was like, it would have been perfect for like a horror movie. Like they should definitely keep the footage and find out how to make it like a bloodbath and something, because it
like
was
Christine or some shit.
Do you remember in is it Psycho? No. What's the one where they're at the hotel?
Psycho. Yeah.
No. The one where they're in the mountains with Red Rum.
Somebody will get it. Yeah.
Shining.
Thank you.
You know when the elevator opens up and all that blood comes? That's basically what this was. It was so much red wine. It was just gushing. I mean, when they said it was flooding people's car, I was like, wow.
So there is like an old. I watch all sorts of like Travel Channel and history things and stuff like that. There was one that happened like a long time ago. I think it was Boston or something like that.
A wine spill?
I don't remember if it was wine or beer, but it flooded. It was so much that like several people drowned from it.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. They drowned. There was so much beer. I'll post it. I'll find it and I'll post it. There was so.
I think you're making that shit up.
It's like a historical thing. No, it wasn't Carrie. I said that one. She was thinking The Shining.
Shining.
Absolutely.
It was The Shining.
But it's a historical, like it's documented. So I'll post it. But it was interesting. So really, one of the big stories of the week is that parents are actually.
We have a lot of friends who are
absolute parents.
Absolutely
parents.
We have a lot of friends
amazing
who.
A lot of you guys are absolutely amazing
parents, but they're all losing their mind right now because their kids are learning at home.
Okay, let's go back pre-COVID bullshit.
Right.
Let's just think math.
I mean, how much did you help your kids with their homework?
No. Okay. You probably helped a little bit.
Yeah.
But which is fine, which is normal, right? You got to help your kids with, like my mom helped me with my homework and stuff like that. But we didn't have fucking Common Core math, right? You ever tried to do
What's Common Core math, by the way?
It's a shitty way to do math, basically.
Like, do you know what it is? Like, give me
I've
an
watched
example.
videos on it, and I've done it, like just doing like simple equation, like say 410 times 10 or something like that. The way they break everything out, it's not just like doing your multiplication, carry the one, do these things, right? It's breaking everything out. So there's all of these different things, right? And it just already like it became like this weird overcomplication or complicated system, right?
Is there what's the benefit of it?
To give kids a different way of thinking or approaching math.
I mean, I guess.
No, it's terrible because it's not efficient.
No, I agree. I guess it's good to have some options, but only for the children who are struggling with the regular. No.
We're taught how the fuck to do that, right? So you do math, you do it as fast as possible. So then you get into what you're talking about.
Right.
So go on.
Well, there was a study, or
Ian, what's happening?
It was,
Paige, what's going on?
Fox News talked about it a little bit, where most American parents can't help kids with math and science homework beyond the 6th grade. So there was talk about, like how many parents are now tutoring their kids and
like
or teaching.
They're
tutoring their kids and or being the teacher. In some areas, but 42 of the participants surveyed said that they felt lost in teaching math to their kiddos, and 35% said the same thing for science.
Right.
A lot of them 36% went on to say that when they were in school, they weren't, even when they were learning from a teacher in a classroom, they weren't confident with it now, and now they're expected to.
Right. So it goes kudos to parents because, I mean, like everybody has their classes they're good in.
Right.
I was good at like art. Right.
I was good at shop.
That's
bands.
Kind of the same
shop
things,
and
right?
bands.
Excuse me. We made it through life.
And dance team in high school.
We've made it through life, right? You get better as you get older. But in junior high or high school,
some degree,
or those sorts of things, right? If like you could be really good at English and writing and literature and those sorts of things, maybe math isn't your thing, or vice versa, right?
In my case, maybe school wasn't my thing.
Or whatever.
Until I got my MBA.
Right, until you go through college. But when you start thinking about it, if you don't have to apply math,
you don't use it, you lose it.
For years, you just don't.
It's like a foreign language. You don't use it, you lose it.
Absolutely. So you start thinking, Ian said, guess what I've been doing all night? Math homework.
Oh,
exactly, dude.
And his daughter's a senior.
He's a writer.
And she's a senior, so it's got to be difficult.
You're Googling that shit.
Well, I guess the good news is YouTube is probably being flooded with parents learning how to try to do shit.
Right. Absolutely. Or making videos.
Can't you learn how to build a rocket ship on YouTube? That can send
you can do anything on YouTube, except for get all this shit.
62% of parents said that they are worried about this remote learning because the hands-on opportunity that the kids get with the teachers who actually know the subject that's being taught.
When they can just walk by and be like, I have a question.
Yeah, is definitely going to impact their ability to learn properly.
Right.
Again, I don't, I just say, thinking about this as an adult, if you that's what a calculator's for, first of all. Second of all, unless you're, what were we talking? Because I was like, nobody uses math. And you were like, engineers, scientists, architects. I mean, if you're in one of those occupations, you're going to continue learning that as you go into college. Now, I guess you have to have some fundamental geometry and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basic algebra, some certain things like that. Those are normal.
But for in corporate America,
if you're going into a science,
corporate America, I use plus, minus, and multiply.
Yeah, it depends on your job. Like if you're leading people, maybe you don't need to necessarily do that.
And if I need hard science data, I'm going to the data
scientists.
Guys. Yeah, data. Right. Sorry, I say data. Everybody
so
says data.
To correct me, I think Dee nailed it. I think it. She said it was. Where is it? It was. Sorry, guys. I think it was maple syrup and not beer or wine.
Oh,
I think it was maple syrup to kill a whole bunch of people. So, anyway,
it's still interesting. It's still weird that. I mean, maple syrup flows so slowly. How could you not get out of the way?
She said maple syrup early 1900s. So I don't know. Does it? If you're spilling like a bajillion gallons of that shit, people actually died. I don't know.
And plus, maybe if it's sticky, I don't know.
Dan said, you won't always have a calculator in life. Every teacher
BS.
prior to the 20th century. Exactly.
This is what the phone is for. You could suck it. Got a calculator even when I don't want a calculator.
But I'm not doing Common Core math.
I bet you I even have a calculator on my watch.
Yeah,
probably not. But
so again, hey, cheers one more last time.
Cheers.
We've got a couple other things to chat about, but hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. Last night was a shit show. If you watched any of that stuff, again, we're in the new digs. We've got the new setup up here in another area of our house. Gives Beth back her office. She's got a lot more space there to hang out and everything. So when Keith said it was 19, 35 miles an hour is how fast the flood was.
I still feel like you could have gotten out of the way.
You cannot run 35 miles an hour.
I still feel like you could get out of the
way. Sorry. So, again, cheers to the parents out there that are having to do that.
Bless you, because we don't have kids, so I can't imagine.
Right. I can't get my dog to stop whining sometimes or barking when the mailman comes or whatever. That's hard enough. So, again, cheers to you guys. So, Beth's, excuse me. Oh, entertainment, real quick. So, I started watching this show on Netflix called Teenage Bounty Hunters, and it's funny as shit.
Have you watched more of it?
I've watched like 3 episodes, 4 episodes.
He watches a lot of this shit when he works out or after I go to bed. So
right. So I think I do think you'd like this one. I think it might be 3 episodes in, but go check it out. It's just a quirky kind of girl. It's not a girl show, but it's like
the bounty hunters are female.
They're twin girls, and they meet up with this other dude who's an actual bounty hunter. So they kind of fool him at first, and then he figures out that they're just dumbasses. But they do some quirky things, and it's just a lighthearted, fun show that I just clicked on it when I was getting ready to work out at the gym. Some treadmill work and do that. So go check it out. Hey, Karen, long time no see.
View-worthy? It's
definitely view-worthy. So, yeah, it's called the Teenage Bounty Hunters on Netflix. So, feel good of the week for Beth.
So, I kind of have 2. I'll start with one. This one's super cute. So, there was a 5-year-old little boy named Carver that really felt compelled to do something for all the firefighters that are fighting the fires on the West Coast. And he was trying to do a fundraiser, and I don't know if you guys saw a while back in March, it's kind of funny that this was its own topic, but there was going to be a shortage on Baby Yodas because of the coronavirus.
What do you mean? Like what kind of baby, like what?
Baby Yodas, the little Baby Yodas, you know, there was going to be a we weren't going to be getting as many as often, and I guess they were very popular. I mean, come on, I fell in love with Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
I don't need one.
Are we talking like what happened with like the Elmo doll?
I mean, probably
Like
not
when
because
it was
it's not
like
Christmas.
all of a sudden sold out.
But it's not Christmas. That was a huge thing because
Okay.
it was Christmas. But
So if they have a waddling Yoda, then probably not
well,
an
so
issue.
he saw this. It was the last Baby Yoda at the store, and he initially thought the firefighters need this.
Okay.
And so he bought this, and he's been taking it to firefighters everywhere and just letting them pose with it. And he sent
cool.
a cute little letter that was like, just telling him what it says. It says, thank you, firefighter heroes. Here's a friend for you in case you get lonely. And it's attached to Baby Yoda. And so
awesome.
I'll post it, but there's pictures of all these different fire station groups with the Baby Yoda, and it's cute and it's feel good, and like they wrapped a bandana around his head like a lot of them do, and it just was
Put
really
under their
cute.
helmets and stuff.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
The other one I had was on Google today. I don't know if you guys saw this, but on Google today, when you hit the play button, it was a dachshund bobblehead.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was cute, and it tells
Just
you the
on,
history.
like, go to Google.
And it was the picture. They always have a picture on
Yeah.
top. This had a play button, and it just was the dog shaking his head. It was cute, and it
So
gives
it's an
you a
actual bobblehead, though.
It's a video. It's a cartoon video of
Okay.
a bobblehead. I
gotcha.
doubt there's very many of them. And here's the crazy thing. I actually, when I started thinking about this, I think my grandfather had one, and it was
Of a Dotson?
yeah, it was either a dachshund or a French bulldog.
Did
Or,
he have
I don't
it
know.
on-
He had it on his dashboard, and this one is specific for the dashboard. That they made it for the dashboard, and I'll put that out there because the video is cute and fun, but
Yeah.
the history of it's really cool. Like
Cool.
I think it was produced. The first one was produced in like 1973 or something, so it was really cute.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
My fun fact today is if you go out to the page, my page, the Bars Open page, either
so
way.
crazy.
So Maya Gabriera, I think I'm saying that right. How do you say it?
Gabietta?
Gabietta. 33-year-old Brazilian surfer rode a 73
I don't know how you say it, but yeah.
and a half foot tall wave in Nazir, Portugal. So there's, all right. So I followed.
That's
There's
crazy,
this particular point, and people go out and watch, and there's actually like a lighthouse on the corner of it and all this. But during the winter months in Nazir, the huge swells happen at this one particular point, right? And they get higher than that in some cases, but it's being able to ride that wave.
Aren't those the waves that can like crush you?
Oh, fuck yes. Absolutely. Yeah, you could absolutely die from these things. Which is all the more impressive that people will put
He's
themselves
33. He's not even
into
like
that.
crazy young.
She is
Oh,
33
Maya.
years
I heard
old.
Gabriel, sorry.
It was the big in that, at least for the winter months. I've seen some arguments back and forth in some surf forums that it's not the biggest wave, but it's the biggest ridden wave of the year.
Okay.
For 2019-2020 surfing, the winter season. And it's also the first that a woman had ridden the biggest wave of the year. Wow. Right? Okay. Let's just step back and think about
what would be an example of 73
fucking feet tall.
Right. For those challenged like me.
Let's go 8 stories high.
Okay.
If you watch this thing,
80.
it looks like Godzilla should come out of this wave. That's how big this wave is. It is insane. So
some balls right there.
Dude, and that's the other thing of it. It's like the just the fortitude to be able, because you have to tow into a wave like that. So you tow behind a jet ski.
Okay.
Because you cannot paddle. It looks like a hump, basically like a big swell coming in. And they have to tow into them, right? So you're towing into something that you know is going to be, she's probably, let's say she's 6
Did you
foot.
post this?
Yeah, I
need
posted.
to see
Let's
it.
say she's 6 foot tall. It is 10 times taller than her, right? And you're looking up going, holy shit, there's a building, but it's moving. Think about that.
It's a building that
so
can fall
it's
on
just
me.
ultra impressive and an amazing thing. And she, at the end of it, it does look, she gets tossed
She
at the
gets
end.
tossed.
The wave
She gets
catches up,
tore up.
it breaks and it catches it.
But she was okay afterwards?
I don't know. I haven't, the video cut. Obviously, they would say something.
Right. I think
But just go out, check that out. What's up, Greg? How you doing, man?
Let's
go out.
Hey,
Cheers,
that's kinda
Brett.
cool.
Brett Steinhilber, who made this. An American Patriot Woodworking is online. Go check him out. But yeah, it's just some of that shit just absolutely amazes me. It's like people that can do certain things. That's not jumping out of an airplane. That's just not.
It's a A little bit more. Well, I mean,
there is.
I don't want to take away from jumping out of an airplane, but I feel like there's a lot more that goes into riding a 70.
It is 74. Alex Arnold, like free climbing.
Yes.
Fucking.
It's skill and mental.
You know,
and
there's
physical
so many other things that go into
yeah.
it. So it's super for me.
I can't do it.
Feel good, and it's super impressive, and I'm glad that a woman got that this year. So yeah, fuck yeah. So hey, fun fact of the day today.
Not really a fun fact.
It's not a fun fact, but it's a fact of the day.
It's an interesting fact of the day. I think is better for
so
this one.
Today, everybody knows who James Dean is. Most everybody knows who James Dean is.
Such a beautiful
At
car.
least his what he looks like, the pompadour and all those sorts of things, right? The leather jacket.
He was a lady killer back in his day.
Absolutely. But
that's what they used to call
speaking of killer, he died in a car accident today in 1955 on the way to a race. So I'm going to throw this out to you guys.
God, that's such a gorgeous car.
I'm not going to tell you the answer. I want you to post it out. But what kind of car did he die in? Post it out on the Facebook page.
I'm glad I didn't say it because I almost said it.
For me. And you'll get a little something for us.
Oh, we owe somebody still.
I already did it. Everybody's
okay.
paid up. We paid everybody up. We pay our debts.
My bestie. I need to send her.
Oh, you suck.
I do suck, but she's my bestie, so she already knows I suck. So
whatever. But hey, yeah, post that out to the Facebook page. I'll post something real quick, and I'll drop it in there and just say, hey, it is time to end this. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us on our
Happy Wednesday
new little area. We'll see you Saturday.
Oh, and you almost have the OBS.
I've got the OBS set up. I've got the camera over there. There's another camera behind us. I just got to figure out the details. I need to talk to Jamie one more time. So, hey, cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
One last time. Hope you have a great rest of your week. It is the end of hump day, so there's only 2 more fucking days. We got this. All right. Love y'all.
Guys.
See ya.
Love you.